Hello everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, hi, my name is Jaycene-Fay, and on my channel I talk about art history, and give advice to artists. Understanding your art style is important. It is very helpful because not only does it create consistency within your work, but it also helps your viewer, your clients, to form a relationship with you as an artist and with your work. So, say someone who is familiar with your work sees it somewhere out there, wherever you put it, and without knowing that it's you, without reading the caption or reading the label, they know, hey, this work belongs to so-and-so because of your distinct style that sets you apart. For example, I love Degas. I absolutely love Degas. And I know that when I see a work of his, I don't even have to check the label. I don't need to see that it is him because I know his work. And for a more contemporary example, a Banksy. You see a Banksy on the internet somewhere, on a wall, if you're very lucky, if you live in the UK. You know that it's a Banksy because he has a distinct style that sets him apart from other street artists and protest artists. And then you see such a Huxley, for example. You know that it's a Huxley because even though there are many impressionist artists out there, this is a contemporary, I would say she is an impressionist artist. Her work is very much her, and it's very difficult to emulate that. So how do you find what your personal art style is? Contrary to popular belief, it is not as easy as it seems, and we are not born knowing what our art style is. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes exploration, and it requires a journey of self-exploration, if you will. So today I thought that I would give you some tips on how to find your personal art style. So the first tip that I'm going to give you is to think. Think about who your favorite artists are. What type of art are you drawn to? Are you drawn to impressionist art? Are you drawn to expressive art, abstract art, or graphic art? Are you drawn to black and white or colorful, or do you like more subdued color palettes or pastels? Do you like plants? Do you like still lifes? Do you like nudes? That sort of thing. So the possibilities are endless. Thinking about the type of art that you are drawn to is helpful because it lets you know what your taste is, and your personal taste will reflect the type of art that you may actually enjoy making. For example, in my own practice with photography, I know that I am personally drawn to photographs that are black and white and that show intimate scenes that are very raw and emotional. So I tend to do that in my own work as well. So my photographs tend to be high contrast, mostly black and white. And I love working with shadow, light and shadow. I like to capture that when I can, and also little moments that people don't pay attention to generally in their day-to-day lives, because I see beauty in those things. Yes, so that is just an example of how one could think about what they would enjoy making because of what they enjoy seeing. Also, the next tip is I want you to think about, what do you enjoy doing when you are making art? Do you enjoy sculpting? Do you like working with your hands? Do you like creating something from nothing in a 3D form? Or do you like drawing? Do you like sketching? And when you do sketch, think about the mediums that you are using. Do you enjoy using pen or ink? Do you like using pencil or pastel? Do you like colors, or do you just like working with black and white? Do you like painting? Do you enjoy the process of mixing colors and seeing how it converts to an image on a canvas? There's something very sensual about painting and the painting medium. Do you like oils? Do you like acrylics? If you haven't managed to explore the various types of mediums within the style or within the types of art that you like sculpting and drawing and painting, then I encourage you to play around a little bit. And I understand that mediums are very expensive. So if you are able to get some paint or pencils or some clay from someone who already has it, then you should ask them. The mediums within each category that you enjoy working with will then help you to discover your personal style. The next thing I want you to do is to write down, think about the types of art that you don't like. Okay, what you don't enjoy looking at when you walk into an art gallery or when you are on Pinterest looking for inspiration. What don't you enjoy? Generally, the type of art that you don't enjoy looking at will not be the type of art that you will enjoy making. So that's why it is a good thing to think about it. For example, if you don't like realistic art, then you will not be a realistic artist, and you will not like working with a lot of detail in your work or creating a lot of detail in your work. If you are someone that likes looser brushstrokes when you are looking at a work or even when you are creating, then there you go. That will form part of your personal style and practice. When it comes to using artists as inspiration, I do encourage you not to try to emulate other artists. It is very easy to do this, and I think we all do it at some point or another when we are working on our art and our style and exploring mediums as well. We see an artist's work and we want to try and recreate that. But when we do this, you will discover, if you haven't already, that it can be quite disappointing because you realize that you cannot create what they have created. And that is perfectly fine, because you will create something that they can't create. You will have your own particular flavor to how you create things. And it is good to have inspiration, obviously. It is good to take note of particular techniques. There we go. It is good to take note of the techniques of the use of color or composition in other artists' work, or in the way that they form their 3D structures, finding out how they created their sculpture, how they set up their photograph to create the best lighting, or to capture the subject in the best way possible. So it is helpful to do these things. It is helpful to take note. However, I do encourage you not to try to be like someone else, because you'll never be like someone else. You are you, and that is fantastic. That is a beautiful thing, because there will never be anyone like you. So I have an exercise for you. I want you to sit down, okay? I don't know if you have a visual diary that you work with, many artists do, or if you just have a small piece of paper, or I know that just creating a sculpture on the spot is not easy, okay? So for this exercise, I encourage you to either sketch or do a little painting, or take some photographs, or even just look at your work that you have already made. And I want you to take note of the characteristics of your work that stand out to you. These characteristics will form a common thread throughout your work, and then will give you a very big hint of your personal style. So if you find this difficult, if you find it difficult looking at your work and seeing these characteristics, I encourage you to ask a friend or a family member or your partner and ask them, what do they see in your work? So I'm going to give you some examples of characteristics, okay? So it could be hard lines, soft lines, it could be very graphic work, high contrast or low contrast. It could be thick paint, it could be impasto, or it could be that you like working with thin layers and you like to build things up. It could be that you like very bright colors, or that you don't like bright colors, or that you like neutral tones, or perhaps you love lots of pattern in your work, or maybe you like to keep things very simple and minimalistic. The things that you are drawn to over and over again in your work will give you insight into what it is that you love to do, that you love to create and you love to capture. Perhaps your work is very soft and calming, and you like to be in a peaceful environment when you are creating. Thinking about your environment when you are creating is also helpful. Perhaps you like to move around a lot and you love to be super expressive and to create very energetic movements in your work. That will also help you to discover and describe your style. So I think that is all I have for you today. I think that those tips will be helpful. I hope that they are. Just to recap on what I said, I want you to, in this exercise, to think about the type of work that you are drawn to. Whose work are you drawn to? What do you enjoy doing? Okay. When you create art, what is it that you like to do? So that is a very big one. I think that is a very obvious one. Okay. And then think about what it is you don't like. The artist that you don't like. I can't do a 4. As you can see, with this finger. So I want you to think about what it is you don't like, even artists that you don't like. That will be very helpful. And then I want you to try your best not to recreate what other artists do. And then for your exercise, I want you to sit down and make something, or I want you to go through the history of what you have made thus far and try to pinpoint and recognize common threads, common characteristics that are most prominent throughout your work. And yeah, I think that that'll be helpful. Please let me know if you do this exercise and what comes up for you and what you think your personal style is and what sets you apart. What are the characteristics in your artworks that describe you as an artist? I would love to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. If you did enjoy this video, I ask that you please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's very helpful for the algorithm and for other artists to find my videos. Yes, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!